right, Jacksonville, we got gas pump in the building. The Jax Local Radio Show. Let's get it.
Going downtown to down low. Going down to the radio show. I'm going down to the Jax Local Radio Show. If you don't know where to go down to the Jax Local Radio Show.
Give it up for Gas Pump. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Can you tell us a little about yourself, like growing up and all that?
Yeah. I'm born and raised Jacksonville, Florida, West Side. Went to school at Forest and played some baseball. Just good old fun-loving West Side boy. Love motorcycles. Dad always rode motorcycles and worked on them, so I was always into that. And now I'm just a construction worker.
All right. So when did you start getting involved in music?
I actually started getting involved in music in church. My mom always sang in church. Sometimes the whole family would do little specials. My dad played guitar. And that led up to one of my sisters actually dating a Navy guy. My older sister dated a Navy guy.
About what age? What age are you around?
I was 11 or 12. She started dating this sailor. Excuse me. And he was a saxophone player from Louisiana. And my whole family, my parents and everybody would go out and watch him play and eat dinner and stuff at the places he was playing at. And that got me into like the blues and music that I hadn't heard before and got me interested in that. So about a year after that, 12 or 13, I believe 13, I got my first guitar for my birthday, and I was playing. I picked it up pretty quick, took lessons for about a year, and started with the blues. And after about 6 months of having my first guitar, I was, following that saxophone player around and jamming in the bars around Jacksonville and getting to play out a little bit.
So when you started, I'm pretty sure you started with like cover tunes and all that stuff.
Yeah, I started with some covers, a lot of blues, because it was, like it's almost like if a couple blues songs, you could play a bunch of different songs because they're kind of similar, chord progressions and stuff. But it was a lot of old like Stevie Ray Vaughan and B.B. King and old 12-bar blues stuff like that.
So what's some of your music influence in like genres and?
There's only, I like to say I like all genres of music. There's really only a couple I don't seek out and listen to a lot, and those would be like jazz and maybe some of the even more like heavy rock. But I'm real big on blues, funk, old soul, R&B. 90s rock. I love 90s rock, stuff I grew up on, stuff my older sisters always listened to that I heard. As far as influences goes, Jimi Hendrix, B.B. King, Eric Clapton, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Muddy Waters, Led Zeppelin, Janis Joplin, and then, like I said, even the 90s stuff, Silverchair, Alice in Chains, Little Metallica.
That's what I'm talking about.
And that's a lot of soul, Motown. Got to visit Motown recently for the first time. That was cool. See Hitsville.
I noticed when I was checking out your music, you have a little bit of everything in there. I like that. It's like you got a little bit of country, you got a little bit of hip hop, you got some drums.
I try to do that.
I mean, it's got everything in there.
Right.
It's like a little vibe for everybody.
Yeah, well, that's where you can tell what I listen to. A lot of different genres and stuff like that. And I try to put that in my music. And then what you listen to, I feel like kind of comes out in your music sometimes. Not always, but sometimes.
And so when did you start writing your own music?
Well, when I was I was in a couple little bands when I was in school when I first started playing. The first one was in 8th grade in middle school at Jefferson Davis Middle School, West Side. And that was called the Delta Blues Band. It was all some other kids in 8th grade. And we had, the school gave us a couple shows. They let us play a a Black History Month program. I think we may have played at a Christmas program. Anyway, it was pretty cool. And one of the people in that band is a real good friend of mine. And me and her started another band once we got to high school called None Like Us. And that band, played quite a few gigs and shows around here, and made a decent little name for itself while it was going. And it hasn't been working for a while. But anyway, that band, None Like Us, is where I started really writing music. I was probably 16 years old, and that actually leads me to the first song that I was going to play today, which is it's called "With You," and it was wrote by me and my good friend Ashley Mills that lives out west now.
And what is it about?
It's about a girl. It's about liking a girl and being with a girl and just letting them know,
These nuts.
that even though it's not perfect, you still got them.
Mm-hmm. All right, Jacksonville, give it up for Gas Pump as he sings a song called "With You." Let's get it.
Thank you.
Gas Pump. That was With You.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So what are some of the things you're into like right now?
Other than, working on the music, there's a couple things I'm really focused on. Being a family man. I've got children myself, 4 kids. I'm a single dad. I have them a lot of the time. My son's 11, and then I have twin girls that are 10, and a 3-year-old, about to be 4-year-old girl. So pretty busy with that. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of focus. Also, anytime I get a chance, I got a huge love for motorcycles. I ride as much as I can, cross country, long trips. It's something I've done for a little while now. I've been riding motorcycles on and off, almost all my life, but it's definitely something I'm working towards, and it also ties back into the music because with the original music that I've been making now, and recently that I'm trying to promote. It's almost marketed to bikers. I'm making what I call R&B, rhythm and biker. So
That's clever.
thank you.
What's one of the most memorable gigs you got?
Oh wow, memorable gigs. There's been some really good gigs I've had. One that comes to mind is a long stretch of doubles, 2 4-hour gigs. So 8 hours a day playing Boot Hill Saloon, Daytona Beach, Bike Week for 10 days straight, doubles. So it was a great time. We made a lot of money, had a lot of fun. They put us up in an awesome band house right behind the bar on Main Street. So we're right in the action, and I'm like a 21-year-old kid, and I'm like in heaven.
Lucky.
I may even have been a little younger than that, but I was acting and being treated like a 21-year-old. That's for sure. But that's actually probably not my favorite. My favorite gig I've ever had was most definitely I was with a country band called Old Dixie Highway. Those guys are still playing around, I believe, and they do a good job. But we played Jenny Springs, which is a really popular watering hole, you could say,
Right.
where a lot of locals and people from not even around here come down and get in the cold water, cold crystal clear spring water, and swim and float down the river and drink and eat and barbecue and have a good time. It was July 4th weekend, and they had they always have big turnouts there for the weekend, but I would say there had to been 2,000-3,000 people there, and they put us up on a big old flatbed semi truck trailer as a stage. And we set up the band and played a full gig, 3-4 hours, and by the time we got into our first set, it was just if you can just imagine a football field, or maybe even a little bit bigger area of a football field, of shoulder to shoulder Woodstock style partying going on while we're playing, and it was just like, it was really epic. And we played, for instance, like at the end of the show, we played Freebird. And I didn't know this, but the band worked it out with the guys doing the fireworks on July 4th and said, hey, right when we go into the solo for Freebird, hit the fireworks. And I tell you, when I hit the first note on that solo for Freebird, when the fast part kicks in, the whole sky lit up, and I saw everybody in the crowd go, ooh. And it was really cool. I'll never forget it.
Oh, speaking of fireworks and that crazy times, you got any kind of like hood stories?
You got knocked the fuck out, man!
Hood stories. Yeah, I'm
Or like the craziest thing that happened to you?
Yeah, I got some stuff like that. I've got a lot of stuff like that. I kind of grew up in what I would call a hood. It's not the worst neighborhood in my town or nothing by no means, but we definitely had some hood stories. But this one that comes to my mind wasn't even
Really that hood?
It wasn't in my hood, but I would consider it hood because the place where I was, like everywhere you go there is hood. It's just kind of like a trashy place, in my opinion. But anyway, I was at a place we were actually playing. We were at a gig, And we had been there for the weekend. And we were getting ready to come back. We were close to the beach. So me and the guys from the band walked down to the beach, got in the water, wanted to enjoy the beach before we came back to Jacksonville. And so as we're walking back to the hotel from the beach, one of my buddies is walking a little bit further behind us, and some guy comes up on a motorcycle on the sidewalk, and he's not supposed to be on the sidewalk, obviously, on a motorcycle, and he's trying to rev up his motor and intimidate my buddy and make him move out of the way. My buddy doesn't want to, and we get in kind of a verbal match with this guy, and then a whole bunch of other guys who are standing at the bar he was going to come out, and makes a big scene. We all get in each other's face. Nobody does anything. There's no violence or anything, and it was just a bunch of mean words said, and just dudes being ego dudes like we do. And anyway, so when we got back to the hotel and went to leave, I was, being kind of wild, and I told my buddy, I said, "Hey man, roll back by that place where we got into that argument." And he said, okay, and he didn't know what I was going to do, but in my backpack I had a roll of about 500, what do you call them, black cats or wild cats or little firecrackers. And
big old packs
of big pack of, about as big as, I don't know, 2 softballs. And I was a little bit smaller than I am now, so I was a little bit more agile. Hung my whole body dang near out of this conversion van we were riding in with that fuse lit, and I yelled out, I don't know if I can cuss. Can I cuss?
You can cuss.
I yelled out, "Here you go, motherfuckers!" And I threw this roll of firecrackers into the bar, and it made it into the opening in the wall of the bar. It might even have been like a garage door opening. And I saw people running and jumping and diving over the bar like it was a Western in Bonanza or something. And then they went off, bop, 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 bop. And I told my buddy, go, back to Jacksonville. Let's get the hell out of here.
You left them all tap dancing.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was, I'd call that a hood story, I guess, or a crazy thing that happened at a gig for sure.
You got another song coming up?
Yes, I do. The next song I'm going to do is called Can't Hold On. I wrote it about... almost 10 years ago, and another love song, about woman problems.
All right, Jacksonville. This is Gas Punk.
telling me my body won't hold on no more. If I jump off in my ride and come over to see you, are you gonna let me through that door? Now I told you one time, and I'll tell you again, girl, you need to stop tripping. About where I've been, you better get out my face before I give you a taste. You better keep a fast pace if you wanna win the race. I'm gonna tell you a lie, then I'm gonna make you cry. You're gonna feel like you're gonna die, and now you gonna be the reason, you gonna be the one that's not. When I said I had enough, then it was time for you to stop. I've been waiting all night, I've been waiting for so long. Mine is telling me my body won't hold on no more. you got tired of it, packed your things up in a U-Haul. Drove down south, found this place called Duval. Ever since then, you've been rolling with me. Girl, once I was blind, but now I see. And it's a lot of bad things that can hurt a man's soul, but it makes me feel better when I rock and roll. I've been waiting all night, waiting for so long. Mine is telling me my body won't hold on no more. No more. If I jump off in my ride and come over to say, yeah, are you gonna let me through that door? Through that door. Play that thing. So long, mine is telling me body won't hold on no more. If I jump off in my ride and come over to say, yeah, why you gonna let me through that door? Through that door. Can't hold on.
All right, give it up for Gas Pump.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
what's some of your future goals with music?
My future goals with music would be to get more involved on a daily basis and to eventually, work on making that where that's how I provide for my family and how I provide for myself and make music my job. That's right now I work a regular, construction job, a heavy equipment job, installing, big pipes in the ground. And I want to work on music. I know I've got the ability, the talent, the level of dedication, and it's showing now because things are starting to happen and it's looking good. But that'd be my big goal.
So you got things coming up. So what kind of show you got coming up? You got some cool
Yeah,
shows?
I've got a couple shows coming up. I just started looking for shows. I've got solo acoustic stuff I'm doing. There's a place down in Palm Coast called the Black Lounge. I'll be playing at the Black Lounge every third Sunday of the month. If you at some point in this, y'all are gonna get my contact on how you can find me on social media, and you can find that place and come check me out there.
Well, plus, it'll be in the description below
okay.
of the video.
Awesome. The Biketoberfest. I'm going to be down there, and I've got a few bands of mine, friends of mine that have bands who may have invited me to come down and play a set with them. So I'll kind of be featured with a couple other bands down in Biketoberfest, and we're just going from there for right now.
All right. So, like, in a perfect world, what kind of job would you like to have?
Oh man, that's a fun one. In a perfect world, my job would be riding my motorcycle from one city to another to play music for people, and I'd just be on my bike going to play music, and maybe I don't know, the roadies or the girls or the kids or whoever in the back driving the van and with all the gear in it, and I just take off in front of them and tell them I'll see them when I get there. Stop at the wing spot and get me some wings and beer on the way.
It sounds pretty gangster. You got another song coming up?
Speaking of gangster, I do got another song coming up, and it's definitely about where I'm from. Not just Jacksonville, but my part of Jacksonville.
And what is it called?
It's called West Side Anthem.
West Side.
West Side.
Damn, that shit was dope.
Gas Pump with West Side. Give it up. Let's hear it.
That's right. Smoking at the gas pump. Dirty South Harlem. It's the west side in me. Maybe I'm just living on the edge, riding dirty down 103rd Street. Two wheels went blowing in my head. Just had one hell of a weekend. At this point, I really don't care. I got the girl on my seat, riding with the heat. I pray nobody tries me. When I dropped that bad girl off, we rolling out of state. Fallon told me from the start, we ride all day. When the sun goes down, it's when you can see. Drink one for the soldiers, 'cause freedom ain't free. Holding it down, getting respect. It's earned, not given. You give, then you get. Holding it down, telling you now. Don't try to tell me it's not right. Maybe it's the west side in me. Maybe I'm just living on the edge, riding dirty down 103rd Street. Two wheels went blowing in my head. Just had one hell of a weekend. At this point, I really don't care. I got the girl on my seat, riding with the heat. Try me. Riding with my girl, I'm on 95. When I get to the house, I'ma be so high. Smoking with my dog, chilling at the crib. Wanna see hood, come see where I live. Drinking on hand, fuck the hypnotic. Break it down, split the J, roll it up. Now you got it from the west side. It's where I ride. You don't need to look for me, 'cause boy, I don't hide. I got an AK and an AR-15, MP5 and a Glock 17. My engine's mean, a 396. That's a big block, boy. I ride big boy shit. I ain't playing with you, man. I take it to the grave. I'm a free man. You a slave to the game. Do this shit for money. I don't do it for the fame. Walk down the street, hear him say my name. the start. We ride all day. When the sun goes down, it's when you can see. Drink one for the soldiers, 'cause freedom ain't free. Holding it down, getting respect. It's earned, not given. You give and you get. Telling you now, living my life. Don't try to tell me it's not right. Maybe it's the west side and me. Maybe I'm just living on the edge, riding dirty down 103rd Street. Two wheels went blowing in my head. Just had one hell of a weekend. This point, I really don't care. I got the girl on my seat. Ain't worried about no heat. Nobody's just trying to.
All right, that was Gas Pump with West Side Anthem.
Thank you.
That's what
Thank
I'm
you.
talking about. Man, it's been an honor to have you come out to the show. Thanks for coming. Did you have any kind of plugs or?
Yeah. First of all, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. You've got a great place here. It's a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to watching other people do it, and y'all make sure y'all check it out, like, subscribe, and do everything.
Support local. Support locals.
That's right. If you want to find me, you can find me on Facebook as just Gas Pump. I think I'm the only one on there.
I think
as
you're
Gas
the only
Pump.
one.
I looked and I couldn't find another Gas Pump. So Gas Space Pump on Instagram. You can get me at Gas Pump 86. So
And again, it will be in the bottom of the description of the video. You'll be able to contact him.
absolutely,
But it's been awesome.
I
Awesome
appreciate it.
music.
I
I'll
appreciate
give
it.
him one more time. Yeah.
Thank
But
you.
you got one more for us before you go?
Yeah. I think I could do one more for you.
What you got?
It's a song called "Welcome to the Shit Show."
That's what I'm talking
Welcome
about.
to the shit show. And he's going to lead us out, Jacksonville. Give it up for Gas Pump.
Riding on my two-wheel, a couple more 1,000 miles down the road. My baby told me just how she's feeling. Oh no, I'm on the highway, baby, gotta go, gotta go. Welcome to the shit show. Welcome to the shit show. You made it to the shit show. Welcome to the shit show. Welcome to the shit show. You made it to the. I'm trying every night. Hit the bottle, think of you. Then I end up on my bike. The highway and my brothers keep me right. I was riding way too fast when I seen them blue lights. Ain't gonna have those blues tonight. Downshift and drop it till he ain't in sight. I'm gone. Welcome to the shit show, shit show. Welcome to the shit show. You made it to the. Welcome to the shit show. Welcome to the shit show. You made it to the shit show. Everybody wants to get it, only got a couple minutes. You should really think about it. Make sure that your heart is in it. Brotherhood is in my eye. You can't feel it, I despise you. I got you, you got me. Isn't that a family? Everybody wants to get it, only got a couple minutes. You should really think about it. about it. Make sure that your heart is in it. Brotherhood is in my eyes. Can feel that I despise you. I got you, you got me. Isn't that a family? Welcome to the shit show, shit show. Welcome to the shit show. Welcome to the shit show. Welcome to the shit show. You made it to the shit show. Welcome to the shit show. Welcome to the shit show. You made it to the riding on my two wheels, a couple more 1,000 miles down the road. My baby told me just how she's feeling. Oh no, I'm on the highway, baby, gotta go.
If you'd like to help support the show promoting local talent, please cash app us at money signs Jax Local Radio Show.